Wherever you go on the internet, hustle culture is there, shaming you out of taking a break, savoring life, slowing down, practicing self-care, and prioritizing your own physical and mental well-being. Hustle culture is toxic. As Aaron Griffith said in their New York Times article titled, "Why Are Young People Pretending to Love Work? When did performative workaholism become a lifestyle?" Ever-present quotes like, "Rise and grind," "Hustle harder," and "I've got a dream worth more than sleep" don't exactly promote a healthy and balanced lifestyle. This is a movement that centers professional success at the expense of everything else in your life. It's not enough to apply yourself at work. You must love your work and wear it as your primary identity. And I can't help but think it's just another method of exploiting the workforce. The idea that if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life is just a fantasy. Hustle culture feels like capitalist propaganda. And maybe I sound like a conspiracy theorist here, but I don't feel my purpose in life is to hustle, to accumulate wealth for myself or, more likely, a corporation. My purpose is to love, to connect, to create and to grow, to leave the world better than I found it. And hard work plays a role in that purpose, of course, but so does taking a step back, reflecting, practicing self-care, and slowing down enough to live in the moment with the ones we love. Hustle culture doesn't allow for that. As Aidan Harper said, it creates the assumption that the only value we have as human beings is our productivity capability, our ability to work, rather than our humanity. Perhaps the parallel rise of hustle culture and burnout isn't a coincidence. I feel like I see the bullet journaling community online supporting hustle culture wherever I look. And it makes sense. The bullet journal is a productivity tool. It's meant to allow you to do more. But as I've said time and time again on this channel, for me, the most important benefit that I have found in bullet journaling isn't an increase in productivity, though I have noticed that and I am grateful for it. The most significant benefit that I have received from bullet journaling is the ability to determine what's important and what isn't, to prioritize what matters to me, whether that's getting stuff done or taking a me day. As I've talked about on this channel many times before, I have struggled with depression and anxiety for many years. And having a bullet journal has allowed me to get all of the bouncing thoughts and to-dos and stresses out of my head and onto paper. It's allowed me to be more productive in less time, to be more efficient with my time so that I can spend a larger portion of my day doing the things that really, truly bring me joy. Doing art in my journal has been a wonderful respite from the constant pressure to achieve and do more. I find such a blissful sense of calm when I take the time to draw or paint in my bullet journal. It almost feels like a form of meditation, and it really helps to calm my anxiety. I don't think I would have started painting and drawing again if it wasn't for bullet journaling. I've had sketchbooks over the years, and what happens every time is that I draw or paint on a couple pages and then I put it down and never pick it up again. Kind of like me and diaries throughout the years. I have a bunch of old notebooks where I wrote in a diary for 5 or 6 pages and then never again. Bullet journaling combines these two things. Journaling or keeping a diary can be great for your mental health. It can help you to analyze what's happening in your life and in your mind. It can help to relieve stress and help you to find solutions to persistent problems that you're facing. My bullet journal is the place for this journaling. And while I don't often take the time to write in my bullet journal as though it was a diary entry, I do from time to time create a gratitude log or a line a day spread or something of that nature that allows me to practice gratitude or to simply record my day. These parts of the bullet journal that are sometimes touted as not being part of the real bullet journaling system, see my first BuJo Babble episode on original bullet journal system versus aesthetic bullet journals for more on that, are really the parts of the bullet journal that mean the most to me, that have the most significant positive impact on my life. Yes, the productivity is important, and I am so grateful for a place to have a list of every single thing I have to do, to keep my schedule, to make sure I know where I have to be and when on every single day of my life, because let me tell you, I am the most forgetful person you will ever meet, and if I didn't have my bullet journal, I would be wandering around incredibly lost. But that is the practical day-to-day stuff. It's the stuff I need to do to survive in the world as it is. Like the new bullet journal I set up with financial trackers for myself and my husband. Those aren't spreads that bring me joy, but they're spreads that we need to manage our money so we can survive in the world that we live in. But the art, the self-care spreads, the gratitude spreads, the quotes that remind me to take a step back and enjoy the moment. Those are the things that really brighten my day and improve my life. If you're a fan of hustle culture, I'm not saying you're wrong. It can be inspiring to see these quotes. It can make us want to work harder and achieve our dreams, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there is something wrong, in my opinion, with putting aside everything else in your life just for material gain, just for accolades and success. There's nothing wrong with wanting accolades and success. I want them too. But I know that those are only part of a happy life. I know that if I sacrificed, for example, my relationship with my husband, or with my cats, or with my parents and my sister and my friends, if I sacrificed my physical and mental health, if I sacrificed the causes I believe in, all for accolades and success, I wouldn't be happy. Those are only part of the puzzle. And if you give up on everything else just to achieve them, you'll be left with a puzzle with a whole lot of missing pieces. And I don't know about you, but for me, that is incredibly unsatisfying. I hope you enjoyed listening to my ramblings and thoughts on hustle culture today in this episode of BuJo Babble. Give this video a like if you did enjoy it, and please leave your comments down below with your thoughts, your perspective on hustle culture as a whole. I would love to know what you think, whether you agree with me or not. Just keep it respectful and we're all good. Also, leave a comment down below if you have any requests or suggestions for future BuJo Babble topics, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much to my patrons for your support. I am eternally grateful for you and am so glad to have you as part of the squad. If you want to join the Plant-Based Bride patron squad, check out the link in the description box or click on the little card in the upper right-hand corner. I'll be leaving a link to this article that I referenced a few times in this video in the description box if you'd like to read the entire thing. I found it very thought-provoking. I know there are lots of books on how to hustle harder, But I would love to know your suggestions for any books that focus more on taking a step back and living in the moment. If you have any of those suggestions, please leave them down in the comments. I would love to put together a little bit of a reading list for books that can encourage a more purpose-filled life. I can't wait to see your suggestions and to listen to them on Audible. If you haven't tried Audible yet, check out the link in my description box for a 30-day free trial and 2 free audiobooks. It's a great way to listen to books while you do other things, whether it's doing the dishes, doing the laundry, planning in your bullet journal, going for a run, or whatever else you have to get done so that you can do what makes your heart happy. That's it for today's video. If you're looking for something else to watch, check out Wednesday's video where I did a flip through of 3 of my past bullet journals from 2015 and 2016. It's a cool video because you can really see how my bullet journaling evolved through those 3 journals. And it's also a fun one because there's lots of little nostalgic moments as I flip through snippets of my life from those years. Until next time, bye friends.